Long-term review and forecast for Tesla as of 1/2/2022. Let's go. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is my stock, Bitcoin, gold, and silver daily market recaps. Please subscribe if you like what you see. Thank you. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is my long-term review and forecast for Tesla. I'm going to start this off by saying I don't think a lot of people are going to like this, but I hope people can sense that I'm genuinely trying to review the past and the probabilities of this action, of this stock, to formulate a game plan of what I think potentially will happen in the long term. Now again, I try to stay neutral when I'm trading, even when I'm long something or short something. I don't want to have my beliefs cloud my judgment, because ultimately, if you know me, you follow this channel, or followed me for any point in time, you know that your ego is not your amigo. It's your biggest enemy when it comes to trading. You need to become a probability evidence-based trader. And on that note, let's start with the monthly again, because I always like to see where a stock has come from and where it is going. I'm going to do some drawing on the fly because I think it just will be easy for people to see how I develop a channel, for example. You can see it's relatively same kind of steepness. Now, when you look at the monthly, the first glaring, obvious, big problem I see for Tesla is this monthly candle. I don't like to see dojis. You don't want to see a doji at the top of the channel. A doji, if you don't know, go watch the Back to Basics series. I did a whole video on this. A doji at a trend line or a potential inflection area, support resistance, is indecision. You need to see more information. When you see this long doji, again, a doji, long wick, open and close at the same price. Now you see a red candle following it. That is not confirmation. You have lower lows and lower highs. Now, if you are a probability-based trader and you're not blinded by the fact you own the shares, you look at this and say, this is bearish. And that's not good if you're a bull. And if you're a bear and you shorted up here, congratulations. At this point, the action isn't bullish, but we can go and zoom in and look at the market the charts, and see what would change it to bullish. Because again, I don't have a position, so I'm probably the best person to give advice on this, because I don't care. You know, like I want the chart to play out how it should. So the first thing that I would say is bullish, though, is we're holding the 20 week. That's good. I mean, the 20 week hasn't been that important on the way up, but ultimately, it held as the first support here. That's great. I mean, that's good news. Like, that's one of the first things you want to see. So, at that point, matters. This level here. Now, again, these lines draw themselves because their support equals resistance. I mean, think about, again, I'm going to draw this as we go live so people can really see what I'm looking at. The old highs from 2021 are now support. So, if you are a bull, that's a good sign. That's a great sign. However, again, you have like conflicting points of view at this point, because if you didn't sell at the highs and you're not buying at the lows, you're in what I call no man's land. You need to hold here to be bullish, and it needs to break it to be bearish. But again, does it take new highs? That's the big question probably everybody's wondering. Well, let's zoom on the daily. Actually, you know what? We're going to go back in the time machine, because this is what this is one of the biggest things I think people need to realize about Tesla. Let's not even go to the weekly. Let's go to the weekly. Is that there are times when this stock goes up big and down big, and that's just natural. I mean, in this cycle, you went from, obviously it's split a ton. You went 63 up to 187, then pull back to 63s, like 60s. This stock can get really volatile. I mean, this run was great. 45 post-split to 8,900 and then down to 550. It is very possible for the stock to get slammed pretty hard in the short term. And people don't think that. Like, they just buy and hold. And what sucks about it is if you didn't sell in November, look at the QQQ compared to Tesla. It's not leading, it's lagging. This is like Tesla is lagging. I mean, pull it up next to Apple. And again, these are all big, NASDAQ is the big fund for Tesla, obviously, the NASDAQ 100, but Apple making new highs. Like, that's where you have to see HODL is stupid at times because opportunity cost. So if you're holding Tesla, you haven't been making money since November. You've actually been losing, and relative performance has been dog shit. And I told people that, like, hey, the reason why we decided to sell here is double doji. It was a Fibonacci extension. Again, the move was over, so my Fibonacci's are flipped the other way. But that's the thing. It's been in a down channel. And this is where I keep saying I think the bears are in control. And if you watched my videos from last week at the kind of middle of the 18th, 19th down here, saying watch this zone. And then, of course, we bounced. But I did another video, said, hey, be aware of this down channel. This is the powerful channel right now that it's bearish until it gets over. So let's jump into what is the most important thing right now and how to look at all of this. Because as of right now, there's a lot of people who are sitting here going, well, dude, you've made kind of a point of how you draw the channels and charts and whatever, but where are we at right now? What is ultimately the big plan here? Well, to get bullish, I need to see it get over this down channel. It's just that simple. All of this is bearish to no man's land unless you get back down to here. Now, again, this is where it gets interesting. The bottom of the channel, the 100-day, all of these trend lines, then I can get bullish. So I'm trying to keep that in mind for people, because if you're bullish right here, you're wrong. You're buying high, potentially, because it could come right back down. And this is one of the things about Tesla, and I tried to show people this after the run up to 900. What did it do? It got just sloppy and choppy. Even though the market from 2021 was higher, look what it did. It was down. And you have to understand, when a company and a stock is not following the market, it's telling you there's more sellers than buyers. Because if the market's rising and Tesla's dropping, that's the easy signal. So let's just get back to where, and I'll wrap this up. As of right now, I can't be a bull. I'd be more likely to short highs. Now, again, I'm not shorting just day to day. I would look at the short here. The 50-day breaks in orange, you got problems. And that's just the reality. But again, you break over the downtrend, you can get bullish. But in the meantime, short term, medium term, this stock to me has no value to me to trade, other than if you're going to day trade some of the important points, which is great. Day trading, if that's your thing, do it. But if you're swing trading and you own this for the long term and you do not sell covered calls or take any profits, man, you're going to watch other stocks move, and this thing could go sideways to down for months, and you're going to underperform the market. And it's amazing, because I feel like there's a lot of GameStop and AMC and a lot of these meme stock folks all jumped into Tesla in the last run-up because the meme stocks started acting crappy. Well, now you're jumping into another stock that's in a crappy situation, because, again, whether you believe in the company or not, I don't give a shit about the fundamentals, because there's at times when the fundamentals and the stock performance can totally not, they don't have to go align. They can go in different places. I mean, I remember Tesla many years ago when we started watching it, and I was like, man, this company's going to do really well, and it just didn't go anywhere. Then all of a sudden, what breaks it out goes higher. This is a huge fucking move. If you think this is going to continue on forever, I've got to be honest with you. The Qs, when they first IPO'd, everybody loved tech back in the day. And then it went absolutely nowhere and got crushed. I apologize on the monthly. I'm going to pull up some charts that should make you always think hey, when the money's been made, you take the money. Here are the Qs in the NASDAQ bubble. It went IPO'd at 50, got to $120, got down to 20. And it took years. It took almost freaking 17 years to get back to even. Now, again, I don't know what Tesla's long-term trajectory is other than positive things at this moment, but things can change. I mean, the semiconductors back in, man, again, when I first started trading, where's the SMH? They were the hot shit. Everyone was like, there's going to be chips and everything. It IPO'd, it came out, and the semiconductor index got blasted. I mean, it IPO'd within 110, 105 to 20. This happens in tech. At times, tech does not always lead. It's been a great bull market for tech. Let's keep that in mind. But I just hate for people who hold 100% of Tesla, never buy the dips, and never sell rips, so they always get trapped based on what the market's going to do. And at this point, this is not bullish. Break this down channel, and I will be the first one to say it's bullish. Come back down here, I would buy it. But as of right now, if you were long and you were holding blindly, you are in a position where you're more likely to lose than win, because the probabilities are not in your favor. After a big run-up from 500 to 1240 post-split, it needs to consolidate. It can lag the market. There can be other trades that are much better to get into while this consolidates. It has to shake out weak hands. If you don't understand how the markets work and the market makers use the action to just throttle retail traders continuously, then I don't know what to tell you. And if you're saying, hey, I'm going to hold it for 5 or 10 years, you know what? I don't know anything about the future like that. 5 or 10 years, I don't hold stocks for that kind of time frame because not everything is an Apple or a Tesla. But here's becomes the biggest problem. If you started trading when the tech bubble and then you saw the commodities bubble, at some point, the future is priced in. And after that, it can only go down. And then when I mean it can only go down is the expectations are so high that the stock can't outperform. It has to either lag, consolidate, or go down. And all of those are positions where if you're holding the stock forever, you might miss out on the next Tesla, the next Apple, there's a million of them, next whatever. There's opportunities in the market. And people don't realize market is not meant to pay you unless you're holding for the long run. And at times, sometimes that can be wrong, but take your profits or the market will take them for you because that's what traders do. That's what the market does. It takes profits. It moves around. Money rotates. It moves in different areas. It goes to different places. So again, if you like what you hear, please subscribe. Check out the daily recaps, all of the live alerts. There's so many videos I've done on back to basics. I'll go into more if people have topics that I can explain for them. This is a hard one to talk about because a lot of people who just blindly hold this might see a 30, 40, 50% correction and hold out, which, hey, ultimately if it goes higher, it doesn't matter. But if it goes down, and they could have done other things with the stock, you're going to regret it. You're going to sit here frustrated. And again, emotions cloud judgment. I can look at this and go, you know what? It's not bullish until it breaks over this. And if I owned it, I'd be selling covered calls up here. I'd be liquidating more here because you made a lower high. You should be liquidating here because there's another lower high. Like, that's not an uptrend. That is what you consider a downtrend. And that can happen for months. And if you took profits at the highs, then you should be able to sit back and wait for lows and add. Now, again, how low will you be adding at? We can talk about that later. But again, profits are taken or the market will take them for you. Buy low, sell high. If you're not ever selling high, you can't buy low because you have no capital to invest. You're all in all the time. That is not how smart money invests. Smart money always leaves capital on the sideline just in case a deal pops up. The higher something runs, the more profit people take because they know the amplitude of direction is less the higher something goes. I mean, I was just going nuts over. If you listen to October, November, I'm like, please take profits. Please take profits. This is the blow off end of the move. This isn't the start of the move. Well, look what happened. You gave back most of it at one point. And if you were buying here and you listen to the trade alerts, you're like, hell yeah, I bought this back. And you could sell here and make a couple hundred points. I mean, you can trade this, but I repeat, the market is not your friend. Your emotions are clouding your judgment if you always just hold. I mean, I could get into so many stocks where people just, again, I did a video just recently on CCJ, and I started trading when this thing was a absolute fucking monster. And look what happened to it. Died. It literally died. And if you would have held it since 2007, you are still not back to even. That's the kind of shit that can happen with any stock at any point. You hope it never happens to any of the stocks you own, but if you've been trading long enough, it happens. Again, come by the Discord room. Tell me if I'm an idiot. I mean, again, I love to debate people on the fundamentals because I always tell people, like, the fundamentals matter until they don't. Like, they just don't at times. And what crafted into the story, why the markets work and move things, if you don't understand that, then you're subject to just getting wrecked like everybody else. So I hope this helps. I will talk to you gals and guys later. Love you. Thanks for watching. For more trading knowledge and insight, click on the videos on the right. And also join the Discord room. Link is in the description below. If you have any questions, please stop on by the Discord room and let's chat. Thank you.